Hello, happy Friday. It's Marshy here with another video edition of my AI newsletter, which funnily enough is called AI versus Marshy. And I can say happy Friday today because we're recording it on a Friday. I'm not in love with doing it on a Friday, but I had a cancellation this afternoon, so we have time to present to you. And before I get into the contents of the newsletter, what's been going on this week? Lots of coaching with various programs and directly. Enjoying it a lot. One of my goals for this financial year and beyond is to do much more coaching rather than hands-on consulting. And so that's underway and going well, and quite enjoying hearing various business owners' challenges and what they're focusing on. And I'm guilty of this as well. Like, you focus on all these things you can do, and sometimes it just helps talking it out with someone and realizing there's probably a better order to do things. First things first, and do this, because then they can lead to the other things. And enjoying it a lot. And if you want some free coaching, just book a big fast value call via my link. But over onto the newsletter. So this week, big edition as always. There's always things happening on AI, and this edition's no different. If you are wondering where to subscribe, lukemarshall.net/newsletter, where you can see all the content yourself and then decide if you want to subscribe. And so this week I cover using AI to reverse engineer content trends, and so I'll talk through what that means in a moment. I talk about Figma and talk about a post that my friend Nick shared. I think they're one of the better big tech companies making AI releases, but not without faults, and we'll explain why in a moment. And I'll give you the update on Sprint 3 of TheLeadMagnet.biz. You'll have to stay tuned to witness that. So using AI to reverse engineer content trends, I'm a part of a community called Starter Story, and Pat Walls, the founder, talked about essentially using ChatGPT to work out why certain pieces of content go viral. And so he just recorded a loom, I've included the link in the newsletter, and grabbed a random video. Didn't know the guy from a bar of soap, and there's a TikTok, and he deals cards. And then what Pat did was upload the transcript, stills, and the comments from the video, and then asked ChatGPT, hey, what can I learn from this? And the answers are actually pretty insightful for someone who probably has great knowledge of building content already. The ChatGPT suggested there's a strong hook, it's simplicity, accessible to a broad audience. There's step-by-step instructions. The video has engagement by involving the audience in the process. There's an element of surprise, and there's a call to action inviting you to follow up more. And then the comments also revealed there's mixed reactions, so being polarizing is helpful. It's practical, teaching something that anyone can learn. Now, I'm a content creator myself. If you look at a piece of content you've done, you might nod and go, yeah, I do some of those things. But actually, a really good piece of content hits all these notes. And I think what Pat shared is actually pretty interesting around you can actually work out and accelerate your learning curve on what makes things good or great by creating this feedback loop and playing with it. And I did a presentation for the Global Sisters a while ago, basically a whole workshop around, if you were to use AI tools today, how would you use content? And a similar concept. It was like, okay, well, pick bits you like and then work out why they're good so that then you can create content that's good like that. Cool. Moving on to the next item, my friend Nick talked about some of the things Figma is getting right. And I really liked Nick's point about using AI at one stage of the workflow to iterate or improve something rather than just create a whole video. And talking about this practically, I give the example of buying a gift for my mother. So would I want to just go and buy a gift for my mum? No, absolutely not. But there are stages of that workflow where it could work really well. Coming up with gift ideas, finding the right words to say on the card, perhaps sourcing like a unique secondhand crafting ingredient, which I know she loves crafts. So that would enhance my process and more than likely help me get a better gift for my mum. But I don't need the whole workflow done. That's not what AI should be doing. And my argument ever since I started this first newsletter is man and machine, or human, sorry, didn't mean to add the gender bias, human and machine is better than machine alone. And so keep that in mind as you sort of figure it out. But Figma, they're doing some things right and other things wrong. They had to roll back one of their releases because, the generation component looked like it was a copy of Apple's weather app. And the challenge with this, as someone who is just an armchair expert here, I know next to nothing about copyright law. This isn't legal advice. What seems to be happening though is their training models, they work better when you put higher quality content in, including copyright content. And that some companies get around this by having access to a lot of content, like say Google and YouTube. OpenAI seems to do it by just combing the open web. But I think there's no question that the models work better when you train with better content. I think, is that illegal? It sounds like it is from what the experts are saying. But is it enforceable? Like, it could be really hard to detect what content is and isn't being used and trained on from an enforcement perspective. I'm not saying that's not, it shouldn't be enforced. Like, that's not what I'm saying, but it seems like a really murky area, and there's a tension between the desire to progress rapidly and get better outcomes and results versus, respecting boundaries, laws, institutions, copyright. And a really recent example of this as well is, Google are falling way short of their climate target goals simply because, AI needs more electricity, which, it's a pretty pathetic reason. Like, the whole reason these goals and structures about conservation are in place is, that's the true north. That's where you need to focus because the planet's on fire. Cool. Off my soapbox. Anyway, third one, Sprint 3 on the TheLeadMagnet.biz. This, for those of you new watching this video, I reckon you can build a productized service with AI on your own. And I'm literally applying that myself and going through sprints. Third sprint's looking pretty good. Got almost 300 visitors to my website, 4 interested parties, but no formal signups yet for something that's free. So that's a bit of a concern. But yeah, I'm breaking my own rules. I'm running ads, getting a very healthy average CTR. I think people like seeing my big goofy face on video, but lots of issues to solve for. Like, I'm building the website by myself. The platform I'm using is Card. I can't get the pages, the conversions to fire in an easy way. Lots of technical hoo-ha there, but I am trusting this process. I know that Sprint 3 is going to look very different to Sprint 10, is going to look very different to Sprint 50. And one thing that I've learned from sort of embarking on this newsletter creation journey is that consistency wins. And so I look forward to sharing more about that over time. And that's it for the week. One last plug, because this video has been full of them. I created a new Start Here page for people on my website, and I actually clicked out of mobile to desktop. But yeah, that's pretty exciting. And I'll just fix this. And a media section, because I do a lot of talking, and I thought, I need a home to see me talk, or if other people want to see me talk. So you can go to lukemarshall.net/media and see some of the recent talks I've done and appearances. So yeah, that's really exciting. Bit of a fumble finish, but I tell you what won't be fumbled, the Bulldogs as they play Port Adelaide on Saturday afternoon and win. I am getting excited about my team, and I really want us to go deep into September. Have a great weekend. Great to do this again on a Friday, and you'll hear from me next week. Bye.